Guys, welcome to my guy reviews. Today I'm going to talk about the finale of Pretty Little Liars, but more importantly, those unanswered questions. I did some research and looked into a couple of things, read an interview with the creator, and I got some answers on a few of them, but still, it's so frustrating. The show is finished after 7 long seasons. We knew who A was by the end of 6. Now we know who Uber A or AD is, and I'll kind of touch on that in a second. But yeah, so this is filled with spoilers. If you've not seen it, go back and watch it, the final episode. Otherwise, he's going to ruin it all for you. So, who is AD? Spoiler number 1, right? AD is obviously Spencer, identical British twin sister. Who saw that coming? No one did. Anyway, so let's get on to the dang round questions that what actually happened? Why are these still unanswered? Question number 1, Alex Drake, aka Spencer number 2.0. She kills Warren, but we never see how she killed Warren. So this is left a bit unclear as to, when she points to her, when Spencer meets Spencer, and she points to a little necklace and says, "Oh, here's his ashes." But we didn't really find out how he died. She just points to the necklace, the diamond we see earlier, Spencer 2.0 being shot, or AD, but we don't see him. So looking around online, trying to work out how he actually died, looking at the interview that they did with the creator, and it sounds like AD obviously killed Warren and made him into that little diamond necklace that she's now wears around her. But what I originally thought was she shot him, because earlier we see him shoot her, but it's been confirmed we were all wrong. So after an interview which I found on Vulture, showrunner, found out that basically, so what happened was they didn't film his death scene because they thought they'd scrap it due to scheduling conflicts, but it was going to come up at the church, the famous church where everyone seems to die. And then Alex, Warren tries to change Alex's mind and asks her to, change your mind about becoming Spencer, basically, taking over that life, but she just can't handle that. She can't handle what Warren's saying, so basically, he steps into kind of like the fire exit, and a ladder kind of cuts his left hand side in half. Whew, talk about gruesome deaths, huh? That sounds something next level. Well, just the gunshot would have been alright. But yeah, this all stuff happens all off screen, and we're not told who that is and what it is. But we now know, it's kind of confirmed, she did kill him. But it's just how. We didn't really see that. The start of the episode, we see Mona at the start of the episode sat there, breaks the little scene glass, and someone kind of approaches her. So the episode opens with that kind of sequence, and we cut to what we believe is AD visiting her in the psychiatric, and then Mona turns around and utters the line, "Well, I never would have guessed it'd be you," to a hooded figure. But then later on, when she's watching the laptop, she didn't know the identity of AD after all, and it's kind of assumed who that was. Now, could it be because these masks everyone seems to have that looks like someone, and they take that mask off, the Mission Impossible masks that are floating around everywhere? Well, is it that? Well, no. So again, having a quick look online, kind of reading her interview, and she's kind of confirmed that the person in the hoodie was Warren. But again, it's something not explained in the show. I think one of the biggest mysteries that are left unanswered will always be, how did the mums escape the basement? Still to this day, no one knows. So in the show, they're all sat, they're about to have some champagne, and they're about to talk about the basement and how they all kind of got out. And the only kind of nugget we get is, the mums are about to have some wine, and they're about to reminisce how they escaped from what we all want to know, because that happened, and they just all sat around, and still to this day. And instead of them telling us what happened, they just said, it just put Pam off drinking for a year. Seriously? What happened? How bad could it have been? Oh, man. No idea. Next thing the show kind of didn't really tell us about is Mary Drake. is she really evil or is she not? Well, Mary Drake is kind of like the biggest kind of loose end, because we still don't know if she's kind of evil or not evil. The series finale, it's revealed Mary actually didn't help Alex with her plan to find Charlotte's killer, proving that she was on AD's team. However, she kind of turned herself into the police to save Spencer, and kind of commit to a crime which she didn't commit to, and put herself in that position. And then she also makes a promise to Alex to not kill Spencer, working on a double agent. But at the end of the show, she prevents thing gets hit on the head, and she kind of goes for Wanda. So it's unclear if she's good or bad, but I don't think her intentions were 100% clear in the show. And as a mum of two psychopaths, it's really hard. Okay, so the next one, maybe the biggest reveal, is when they finally get to the house, which is inside of a house underground somewhere, which I don't know how she actually made. It's kind of like left unknown as to how she can dig that far and get all that done. But anyway, when she does that, and finally Mona goes, well, I'll call the police, and this guy comes running out and handcuffs AD. And then right at the very end, kind of a post-credit scene if you want to call it, but there's a scene when they're in France, and we see Mona, and she talks about the guy walks in, and she said, well, I'll see you later for dinner. That guy's the police officer who comes running in to kind of arrest AD. But somehow, they all made it to Paris. Like, how did she get passports made for Mary and AD, and get them on a plane, and then get them through customs in France? But they're in France. Well, and she says, you're under house arrest, bitches. But that's just doesn't make sense. How on earth can you get them there? Next one. How does Alex have all of these kind of lifelike masks? There's so many of them floating around. There's the one that looks like Melissa. How are there so many of them? And why? How do you make them? Okay, another one. It's the British accent. Now, living in England, there should be no reason why AD has a terrible Cockney accent, because during the show itself, and it's kind of revealed that Alex was adopted by British parents who are extremely wealthy, upper class, which is kind of confusing because AD has a very East End market trader accent. So basically, it should be more Made in Chelsea. For those who don't know, it's a show about posh people. And it shouldn't be so Cockney, so how on earth does she have such a Cockney accent for someone who was a preteen, who's already brought up in that world, and for some reason has picked up a completely different accent? The next thing is, did Alex kill Vino, your owner? It's one of those major kind of left unsaid things. Anyway, in the series finale, you kind of revealed that Alex has huge hearts for Toby, and obviously he's happy when obviously Toby's then wife kind of passes away. So it kind of leads us to believe, well, did AD kill her? Maybe. It's still unclear. Another big one is, why does AD kind of hate Hanna so much? Like, singles her out so much. Why Hanna? Of all people, could have been, why not Lucy Hale's character? Why not Emily? Why not anyone else? But why Hanna so much? And maybe it's because the only thing I can wrap my head around is because at the start of the season we had obviously Spencer was dating Caleb, and then by the end of it, Hanna and Caleb are married and about to have a kid. And is it because of that? It's just so unclear. But that's my speculation. That's what I'm guessing. And I think the last two is why didn't Alex just reach out to Spencer rather than Charlotte? Because blood, right? So Alex is so desperate to have that family, she's reaching out for kind of any kind of family. Why not reach out to your actual twin? Why go for Charlotte? Charlotte's your half sister. She's not biological as much as Spencer. And also Wren is so tight with Spencer. Why not just, drop her a text and say, I've got your identical twin here across the pond, just saying, come meet her, be besties. But why Charlotte? Anyway, because of that, it's gone down a whole different path. Could have had a very different ending. And I guess the biggest question everyone's kind of wondering is there going to be Pretty Little Liars 2? See, at the end of the show, we see Addison's missing. The new Alison. A similar thing, exactly the same happens. We have that death girl who's opening a locker. There's a teddy kind of thing with a red heart. It's got a knife through its heart, and then Addison disappears at the very end when the girls are kind of having their slumber party. But we don't know. Like, is that meaning there is going to be a Pretty Liars 2? But Addison's so unlikable. She's just an awful, awful person. Will the rest of the gang really care? Will they get texts from someone called B? Who knows? Anyway, so that's all the kind of things that are left unanswered or answered. Tell me what you thought was answered or unanswered by the finale. Tell me what you think. I'll do a review of the finale later and give you all my thoughts and stuff. But yeah, hit me up with your likes and comments and keep yourself subscribed for all things.